Hi, my name is Stacy Priest. I am a spiritual life coach and meditation teacher in Melbourne, Florida. And today I'm going to lead us on a meditation called Coming Home to Yourself. This is a recovery Dharma meditation on self-abandonment. So get yourself comfortable, find your spot, and let's begin. So today, I'd like to talk about a different kind of exhaustion. Now, this is not the exhaustion that comes from working too hard, and it's not the exhaustion that comes from raising children, paying bills, caring for aging parents, or just trying to keep all the plates spinning. This is actually a deeper exhaustion. This is the exhaustion that comes from abandoning ourselves. And we'll just see how this plays out. So take a slow breath in and let it go. And again, slow breath in. Longer breath out. Let your nervous system know there's nowhere we need to run to right now. You can allow your shoulders to soften. Let your jaw unclench. Maybe let your hands rest. Right now, there is nothing to fix. There is nothing to figure out, and well, there's nowhere else to be. Just this moment. So bring your attention to your body and let's notice your forehead. Notice your eyes. Notice your throat. Notice your chest. Notice your belly. Notice your hips. Notice your legs. Notice your feet. Are they touching the floor? Right now, we're just simply arriving. Simply noticing. Again, nothing to fix. Just noticing. And breathe. So as we sit together today, I want you to consider this question. How much energy have you spent becoming who everyone else needed you to be? Not who you are, who you needed to become. Was it the caretaker? Or maybe the rescuer? Possibly you were the peacemaker. Maybe you were the strong one, the funny one. Maybe you were the spiritual one. Or you could have been the responsible one. Maybe you were the one who never asks for help, or the one who never says no. You are the one who survives. And for many of us, these identities, well, they weren't choices. They were adaptations. Necessary adaptations. Because at some point, they protected us. At some point, well, they helped us survive. And so tonight we honor them. We do not judge them. Instead, we thank them because they got us here And here is all right. You see, the Buddha taught that suffering arises from clinging. And we often think this means clinging to people or possessions or outcomes. But sometimes we cling to identities. We cling to old versions of ourselves long after we have outgrown them. We continue performing roles that no longer fit. We keep shrinking so that others can remain comfortable. We stay in rooms that feel too small, and we continue speaking a language our soul no longer understands. And slowly, quietly, we become exhausted. Not because life is hard, but because carrying a false self is heavy. Maybe it's time to decide if that heavy is really worth it. So imagine for a moment that you are walking through a large house, a house filled with rooms. And each room, well, it contains a different version of you. So maybe open the first door. Well, inside is a version of you that learned to stay quiet. Perhaps speaking up felt dangerous. Perhaps being seen felt unsafe. Perhaps silence kept the peace. Perhaps it was safer to be quiet. To fall into children are to be seen, but not heard. And see this version of you. Look at them. And offer them gratitude. Because they were doing the best they could. Thank them. Let them know you love them, that you appreciate all they did. And then gently close the door and walk down the hallway. Open another room. Inside is the version of you who worked endlessly for approval. The version that believed love had to be earned. The version that became whatever others needed. The version that exhausted themselves just trying to be enough. see them clearly. Let them know they are not a burden on anyone. Offer them gratitude, letting them know they no longer need to earn their place. Give them hugs and appreciation, and close the door. And as you continue walking, there is another room. The version who stayed too long in relationships, in jobs, in friendships, in situations your heart had already outgrown. And this wasn't because they were weak, because they were afraid, because they wanted to belong, because they wanted to be loved. They stayed, believing that if they loved just a little bit more, they might get a little bit of love back. But now, let them know we are learning to love ourselves first. Offer them gratitude. Thank them for all they did. Let them know you appreciate them. And close the door. And as you continue walking through the house, notice how many versions of yourself live here. The wounded self, the fearful self, the people-pleasing self. Or maybe it's the angry self, or the addicted self. Maybe it's the grieving self. So many versions. Is it the searching self? But in the end, it was always the surviving self. Each one carrying a piece of your story, each one deserving compassion. And yet, none of these rooms are your home. You see, you were only passing through. Now imagine reaching the final door, and this door, well, this door is different. It has no label. It has no title. It has no role. It has no expectations at all. And as you step towards this door, notice how your body feels. As you reach out, open the door, and step inside. You see, this room contains the you that existed before all the conditioning, before all the fear, before all the masks, before all the performances, before life became noisy and felt like it just ran you down. No, this is the you that doesn't need approval. This is the you that doesn't need permission. This is the you that doesn't need to prove anything. The you that simply is. Now stand tall with that version of yourself. As you plant your feet, notice how they feel. Notice how they breathe. Notice the peace and the spaciousness. And notice how little effort it takes to be your authentic self. So now, ask yourself gently, where am I abandoning myself today? Where am I saying yes when I mean no? Where am I staying silent when my truth wants to speak? Where am I shrinking to fit spaces that have become too small? And where am I carrying responsibilities that were never mine? And in an effort to be honest with myself, what am I pretending not to know? And allow whatever arises. No judgment, just honesty. You see, one of the greatest acts of recovery is not getting sober. It's not setting boundaries. It's not healing trauma. Though all of those matter, really one of the greatest acts of recovery is simply refusing to abandon yourself any longer. It's choosing yourself. It's trusting yourself. It's listening when your body whispers long before it has to scream. It is honoring your intuition, honoring your needs, and honoring your truth. Again and again. Not perfectly, just consistently. Because healing is not becoming someone new. Healing is returning to who you have always been. Recovery is not self-improvement. Recovery is self-remembrance. It is coming home after a very long exile. So feel your breath. Feel the support beneath you. Feel your body right here in the room. And take a slow breath in and let it go. And as we close today, may we remember, we do not have to earn our worth. We do not have to abandon ourselves to belong. We do not have to shrink to make others comfortable. So may we have the courage to tell the truth. May we have the wisdom to trust ourselves. May we have the compassion to meet every version of ourselves with kindness. And may we continue, breath by breath, step by step, coming home. So you can begin taking a little deeper breath, maybe wiggling your fingers and toes, returning to the space around you while I read our dedication of merit. In Buddhism, we like to close with a dedication of merit. So may any goodness from our practice benefit all beings everywhere. May those who suffer find relief. May those who are afraid find safety. May those who feel lost find their way home. And may we all awaken together. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. And when you are ready, you can blink your eyes open and return to the space. I thank you for coming to join me today. I'm grateful you took time for yourself. And if this video helped you, maybe there's someone else who needs it too. I hope you have a great evening. Take care. Bye-bye.